Hello everybody, I have got a preview, an unboxing, a sneak peek, a showcase. Doesn't matter what we call it. What's important is that we've got Auto World here. I've got Premium 2022 Release 1. Little reminder, there's an A mix and a B mix. Same models, done in different colors. And that's what we're going to do is look at them. This came directly from Round 2, who does Auto World. And so they make sure that I have every model here. There will not be any chases in here, any Ultra Reds or Ultra Raws. But we're just going to go with it, have a look at these models, and see if there's any new castings, and just keep going from there. So let's get the tissue paper out of here. This is how they come to stores and dealers. All right, and let's just start. So this is the A version, and then let's find the equivalent B version, because some of these are packed to the back, these are packed from the front, so that's kind of funny. So I got to make sure I get it all right. And yes, I do. So we'll start with this. I'll just kind of show them like that. Version A of the 1973 Plymouth Roadrunner. And you can see there's going to be, like, this will have this white with blue writing, the other one will have blue with white writing. And that's usually how they're doing it now. They used to have boxes, now they don't. But let's get to it. This one is in mist green. This casting has been around a while. And, there's some modifications to it. Usually they don't show any new things here, but this thing is beautiful. Love the casting. This Roadrunner has the spoiler. As always, true to scale. I always mention that with Auto World. They just take on these amazing American cars. And obviously they've jumped into Japanese cars with the Supra. We've got the Mitsubishi coming up nonetheless. This one is very cool. Usually stock, at least when released in these premium mixes, almost always these cars are based on something like a race car. That is the mist green. This version B of the 73 Plymouth Roadrunner is in Basin Street Blue. They are going to base these on, these are the names that were given to these cars when they were built back then. This one, one of 14,000, almost 15,000 made, obviously for distribution with Hobby, distribution with Walmart. Targets are getting these. Some Targets are getting these as well. So really kind of cool. I don't know which one I like. I really like I like them both. Michigan plates on this too, which is kind of cool. I always wonder what prompts them to pick a particular state with each one of these. But I love that they do states. Utah's been referenced a couple times, which has made me happy. And of course, any home state that you're from is kind of nice too. So those are the Plymouths. We'll move those over here. And let's get to, I see the Lincolns, but we tend to save the square bodies, but let's just get to them, right? Let's just do them right now. And how great is this pair? All right, this is version A of the 1986 Chevy Silverado K10 step-side. Now, you've noticed every mix of the square bodies of the Silverado or the Chevy truck, you've seen we started in the 70s, and they've been going year by year by year. So you might see the grille change, you might see some other details change, but essentially that square body shape is the same. This one is in bright red. Is the name, 17,000 made. These are always incredibly popular. And not only do we get a 1986 version, but this is lifted and a step side. So you get the fantastic fat tires on this one with the stock rims. It is interesting with these, that they're so popular. And sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, there are so many Auto World squares out there between their premium releases. They've put a pair of squares in every mix for the last 3 or 4 years. This will be the first year of some upcoming mixes where there will not be a square body, interestingly. And then all the Hobby versions that have been coming out, and all of them are great. Like people might say, oh, it's overkill, but they just are popular, and there's been different takes, and anyway. And I'll do some Hobby stuff. I do show some Hobby stuff. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So that is the red version. This one is in, that's a very unique name, white. So this one is in a nice, cool, stock, plain white. Really dig that. Lifted step side. I have a thing for white cars. Some of the Lamley exclusives that we've done are in white with like Tarmac Works, and I like running with that theme. Hint, hint. This is version B. Really dig that one. in the 1986 formation. These lifted trucks are really cool. So I like those. Look, we got the square bodies out of the way. Some of you might say, yeah, I've seen what I need to see. I'm out of here. All right, let's go. Look, I see Mustangs. I see, oh man, we just got some good stuff. So let's do the Camaro. Version A and version, B. Ooh, this is awesome. Version A of the 2019 Nicky Chevy Camaro ZL1 1LE. Look at that. In black. From the factory for additional tuning by Nicky Performance, the Chevy Camaro ZL1 1LE made 650 horsepower. Nicky Performance offers Stage 1, Stage 2, and Stage 3 configurations for their custom-built supercars. So this is really, really cool. So they've added some, aesthetic details to this, obviously with the Nicky deco on the sides. That's really nice in black, but it really comes out in version B. Color is Shock. ZL1 supercharged 6.2 liter V8 is the same engine from the Corvette Z06. That's fantastic. I love this color. The black is mean, but this Shock color, almost highlight yellow with the black rims and black trim, is super, super cool. My preference with Auto World is their classic cars, but I like, they've been hitting some of these like the Camaros. I really like their C8 Vet, so I'm really kind of digging those. That's really cool, the Nicky versions. All right, let's go Cadillac. Love their Cadillacs. Oh yeah, I just love their Cadillacs. This is what I love about Auto World. All right, let's go to version A of the 1975 Cadillac Eldorado. Tarragon Gold Poly. What are you gonna do? I just, you know what? Give me a comment in the comments if you want to see me just tackle all of the Auto World Cadillacs, because it's just gonna make you. And I always talk about sitting in these Cadillacs, like sitting in the bench seat, your right arm on the resting on the on the passenger side headrest. One hand steering the wheel, you hit a corner and you just turn it and turn it and turn it with one hand. Don't change your position, that other hand stays on that headrest. Then you correct it back to straighten out and you're just living the proper life. That's what these Cadillacs are all about. And this one in Tarragon Gold Poly is just amazing. North Carolina plates on those. And not to be outdone, version B, Firethorn Poly, another great color. I'm gonna go with the gold poly as my preference, but this isn't shabby either. Look at those fantastic hubcaps. Same color interior on this one, same color vinyl roof on this one. Different than the gold poly. Yeah, if you want to see me tackle all of their big boat Cadillacs, I think I've got all of them. I think I even have the hobby. I'll have to go back and look and see if I have them all, because the squares are great to collect, but I have such a thing for these big boat Cadillacs. They're just so cool, and there's so much fun you can have with them. And Auto World does these better than anybody. Their Cadillacs are one of their strongest suits. All right, let's go Mustang. This is new casting. We've seen them do this generation of Mustang, the Mustang Mach 1. But I think they may have written down. If not, I've got some of the details. So this is version A of the 1973 Ford Mustang Mach 1 in medium copper poly. I'm going to just move here. Let's see. This is the first release of our new 1973 Ford Mustang Mach 1 casting. Many Auto World castings are developed to span multiple years with an all-new front end. We can now replicate the Ford Mustang from 1971 to 73. So we'd have to go back and look at their other Mach 1s and see what the front end. But this is a new front end for the Mach 1 casting. They've done a few of these, and I've got most of them, I think. Maybe I can do a compare and contrast at another time. But this is a great generation of Mustang, too. Like, again, an Auto World, this is a home run for Auto World, is this kind of Mustang. We see so many of a particular kind. This is, they like to take on these kind of, and they do them so beautifully. They do them stock. The wheels look so good. These photographs so beautifully. I love this one in medium copper poly. I don't just how can you not look at this, even if you're not a Mustang fan, which I don't consider myself a big Mustang guy, but how can you not look at these and not get excited about just a beautiful replica like that one? And then moving to version B is Ivy Bronze Poly right there. And man, that color I might even like better. Look at the interior on that one. Again, same beautiful details. Kind of a, what would that be? A mint color interior, lime color interior. Oh, I just love the cars from this era. They just had a certain look. Yeah, you might die in them just by, veering off the road a little bit. They weren't particularly safe, but there's just, I don't know, there's just something about the looks of these cars that just makes you smile. And anytime you see them on the road, like, yeah, sure, I'll double take for a supercar, but I'll triple take for a car like this. I don't have that gearhead mentality with these. Like, I don't need to open the hood. It's just there's something about this era of car that just makes me happy. And then let's finish off when talking about cars that make me happy. I have professed my love for the Lincoln and for the Lincoln Continental Mark V. And here are the next two versions of these beauties. So we got version A of the 1978 Lincoln Continental Mark V, and this is in Midnight Jade. Mark V was only sold through 77 to 79. However, it was the best-selling Mark Series Lincoln at 220. I love these little fun facts they're put on. So this one, Midnight Jade, is that kind of it's almost hard to tell in this light. It's not black. It's more of like a forest green. Look at the wheels. Look at those hubs. They're so cool. This one has that signature, like, half-circle rear end that I love about this car. I just remember seeing so many of these on the road as a kid. And, again, same thing. Get the right arm on that, right hand on that headrest and just let this thing kind of take you where it's going to take you. What a cool, cool car. Just love it so much in that color. That's the Midnight Jade, which is, it has kind of a green tinge to it. And then I mean, come on, Jubilee Gold. There is the star of the show, version B. Oh my goodness, I love this color. Look how the wheels match the body color, the interior matches it, everything. This is the best version of this car so far. Illinois plates. I have nothing to say about this other than I'm just smiling, and I hope you are too, seeing this thing. I hope you are too. I don't have to advocate for Hot Wheels. Sometimes I find myself advocating for Matchbox, for the love, but I just hope that 164 collectors, and sometimes I'll advocate for a car that, like Atomic Limited Vintage, or like the like the buses that I talk about. I'm like, oh, you should always buy a bus. And then people will say, well, yeah, John, but it's nice to have them, but they cost like $70 and $80, and I get that. These, if you find them at Walmart or Target, are going to cost you $6. Hobby dealers, same thing. It's going to cost you in that range, $6, $7. And I just love these so much. They're so worth having. And what they're fun to do is to put them on like one of these Dream Custom parking lots and park them all together like it's a car show or it's an old parking lot or something like that, like just at a store, and just see them all together. It's good to have a few of these. I love Auto World for that. It does have a certain sense of nostalgia for those of us who grew up in these eras that they tend to focus on. But there's also just something about these realistic cars in 1/64 scale, just all together, that I just love. You guys tell me what you think. Fantastic set. We'll do release 2, premium release 2 shortly. Thanks, everybody. Bye.